The air crackles with anticipation. April 28, 2025, Election Day in Canada. But this is no ordinary election. The eyes of the world are on this nation at a crossroads. Decades of carefully cultivated harmony with its southern neighbor lie in tatters. The relationship between Canada and the United States has always been complex. A shared history, intertwined economies, and a border that stretches for thousands of miles. Yet, beneath the surface of cooperation, a current of unease has always flowed. The election of Donald Trump in 2016 unleashed a torrent of change. His America First rhetoric, his disdain for multilateralism, and his penchant for protectionist trade policies sent shockwaves across the globe. Canada, long accustomed to a privileged relationship with the U.S., found itself in the crosshairs. Now in 2025, as Canadians prepare to head to the polls, the specter of Trump looms large. His tariffs have bitten deep into the Canadian economy. His words have sown division and stoked nationalist sentiment, the very soul of Canada. Its identity as a tolerant, outward-looking nation is at stake. At the heart of this political maelstrom stand two men, Mark Carney, the Liberal contender, and Pierre Poilievre, the Conservative standard-bearer. Carney, a former governor of both the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England, projects an aura of quiet competence and international experience. He is seen by many as a steady hand in uncertain times, a defender of Canadian values on the global stage. Poilievre, on the other hand, is a firebrand. Young, ambitious, and fiercely articulate, he embodies the anxieties of a nation grappling with economic uncertainty and a changing world order. His message of economic nationalism and a more assertive Canada on the world stage has resonated with many voters, particularly in the heartland provinces hit hardest by Trump's tariffs. The election campaign has been bruising. Carney has accused Poilievre of exploiting fear and division, of playing into Trump's hands. Poilievre has countered by painting Carney as out of touch with the concerns of ordinary Canadians, a globalist elitist more interested in currying favor with foreign capitals than standing up for Canadian interests. The 2025 Canadian election is about many things: the economy, healthcare, the environment. But above all, it is about the long shadow cast by Donald Trump. His presidency has had a profound and unsettling impact on Canadian politics, forcing Canadians to confront uncomfortable truths about their relationship with their powerful neighbor. Trump's decision to impose tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum in 2018, citing national security concerns, sent shockwaves through the Canadian economy. The tariffs, widely seen in Canada as unjustified and politically motivated, have cost jobs, driven up prices, and created uncertainty in key sectors. But the economic impact of Trump's policies pales in comparison to the damage he has inflicted on the relationship between the two countries. His insults, his threats, his casual disregard for long-standing agreements have left many Canadians feeling betrayed and vulnerable. Section 4. The price of discord. The economic consequences of the trade war have been significant. The tariffs have hit Canada's manufacturing sector hard, particularly in the steel and aluminum industries. Job losses have been reported in key provinces, and the uncertainty has dampened investment and growth. Consumers too have felt the pinch, with prices for everything from cars to washing machines increasing. The agricultural sector, a mainstay of the Canadian economy, has also been hit hard. Retaliatory tariffs imposed by Canada on U.S. agricultural products have disrupted supply chains and led to lower prices for Canadian farmers. The dairy industry in particular has been caught in the crossfire, with American farmers now facing barriers to exporting their products to Canada. The trade war has also had a psychological impact. The sense of betrayal and vulnerability felt by many Canadians has led to a decline in tourism to the U.S. and a boycott of American goods. The Buy Canadian movement has gained traction, with consumers consciously choosing to support domestic businesses over their American counterparts. Section 5. A people divided. The rise of Trump and the ensuing trade war have exposed deep divisions within Canadian society. While many Canadians have reacted with anger and defiance, others have expressed a grudging admiration for Trump's willingness to challenge the status quo. The debate over how to respond to Trump's America has become a defining issue in Canadian politics, cutting across traditional party lines. The issue of trade in particular has become a lightning rod for these divisions. While some Canadians support a more confrontational approach to the U.S., arguing that Canada must stand up for its interests, others favor a more conciliatory approach, arguing that maintaining close economic ties with the U.S. is essential for Canada's prosperity. The debate over Canada's relationship with the U.S. is ultimately a debate about Canada's identity. What does it mean to be Canadian in the age of Trump? Is Canada destined to be a junior partner in a North American bloc dominated by the U.S.? Or can it forge its own path in the world? These are the questions that Canadians are grappling with as they head to the polls. Section 6. Echoes of Empire. The current tensions with the U.S. have stirred up old anxieties in Canada about its place in the world. For much of its history, Canada has lived in the shadow of its larger, more powerful neighbor. The fear of being absorbed by the U.S., both culturally and economically, has been a recurring theme in Canadian history. Trump's rhetoric about Canada being the 51st state, and his suggestion that he might be open to annexing Canada, have tapped into these deep-seated fears. While few Canadians believe that a military invasion is likely, many worry about the insidious creep of American cultural and economic dominance. The current crisis has forced Canadians to confront the reality that their relationship with the U.S. is not one of equals. The U.S. economy is 10 times larger than Canada's, and its military might dwarfs that of its northern neighbor. This power imbalance has always been a factor in the relationship, but Trump's willingness to use American power in a transactional and often bullying way has made it impossible to ignore.